Hello. So I'm running a little bit behind. I'm looking for a pin at this moment. And of course, I can't find one. There's pins all over this place, and I can't find any right now. So I'm going to use a highlighter, I think. Oh, I found a pin. Awesome. Awesome. So today we're going to use my D&D dice to figure out how long our sprints are going to be. We're probably not going to make it up to the D20 because I only have a couple hours to write today. So I have to be done around 12, it's 12 right now, around 2 my time in order to get to where I need to be next. But I wanted to come in. It's been a long time since I've done a ride along with me. So I thought we can get back to doing that maybe once a month. This month is the Rough Draft Challenge that's hosted by Sarah Cannon. And my goal had been to write 25,000 words this month, which to me isn't a huge goal. It's a a pretty easy goal, but it was a mellow goal, something to get me going, something that would end the book that I'm currently writing. But at the very end of last month, we had something emotional happen in our family, and it just kind of threw me for a loop. And I wasn't really able to write until a few days ago. My emotions really do a number on me when it comes to writing. So all I could really write, and though I didn't, but all like my mind wanted to write was like really dark poetry and things like that. So I opted out of doing that and wallowing a little bit and just focused on living basically and getting things done and all that jazz. So everything's okay. It just was emotional. So that's how life is right now. That's okay. Today is the 15th, which if you've been following me before in my other video from last week, I have stopped checking my sales because they just stress me out again with the emotional thing. So they just stress me out to check them. Either they'll do really well and I'll be like, how can I make it better? How can I duplicate it? Or they'll be really bad and I'll get sulky and I'll get really stressed out because I'm like, this is my retirement. This is my, let's pay off bills. Let's help our kids through school kind of stuff. And when it's not there, it could be really disheartening and alarming. So I have stopped checking my ads every day because I would just check them over and over and over again. And that's not healthy in either direction. So I check my ads I check my sales. I check my ads pretty much every other day, but I check my sales on the 1st and 15th. And this is the first 15th that I've had since I started that little challenge. You might have seen my author accountability check-ins on the shorts, which I encourage you to participate in. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how I can hold you accountable. I will definitely answer you in the comments. If you leave me a goal that you've set that you've been working on, I will cheer you on. That would be my honor and my privilege. But I've been posting those every day just to keep myself accountable to not checking those sales and to getting some writing and reading in. And I can tell you, I've been loving getting back to actually reading in a consistent basis. I have a readathon every year with my family. And to be honest, that is probably the most I read all year long because I carved out time to do that. And a lot of the times I'll read like 3 to 4 books. And then the rest of the year, I might read 3 or 4 books, but I'm reading 3 or 4 books in a weekend. So it's nice because I've already finished 2 books since starting the accountability check-ins. And that's really nice. It gives my brain someplace to play. It gives me something to do that I don't have to measure myself up against. And it's actually teaching me not to measure myself up against this writer or that writer, this mystery or this mystery, but to just have fun with it again. And I highly encourage you, if you're a writer and you've been writing for any time and you've started to compare yourself to other writers, to really fight to put the comparison aside and just enjoy reading again, enjoy playing in the books again. All right. So that's our 5-minute check-in. How are you guys doing? Where are you coming from? All of that information, throw it in the comments and we'll talk about it during our first break. But for right now, I'm going to roll our D4 and see how many minutes our first sprint will be. And our first sprint is just 1 minute, 1 minute sprint. So what's going to happen is I'm going to roll this die, and then the next time I'll roll the next highest up and we'll add it to be the next sprint. And we'll keep going until I run out of time. All right. So 1 minute, let me put that. I feel silly, but it's a good time to catch up. Like I need to like look at what I'm writing a little bit closer. So I'm going to mute and then I'll come back on to tell you when the sprint is over. 1 minute, go. Beep, beep, beep. That was so short. I didn't even get a full sentence in. But it was just enough to get going. So let's roll the D4 again, and that's 4 minutes, and the D6, and that's 3. So we're going to write for 7 minutes now. Since that was so short and I don't have any pressing comments, we're just going to move along. If you are watching this and you're a writer, even if you're watching this in the replay, go ahead and leave your favorite book that you've written in the comments. And I will be sure to go give those a look on Amazon and see if I need to add any to my TBR. So don't be shy. Add your favorite book that you've written down in the comments. All right. So set the timer, 7 minutes. Mute, and I'll be back in a minute. Well, 7 minutes. There goes my voice. It's time for coffee. So how many words did you get that sprint? I'm combining it with the words I got from the 1 minute sprint because that was silly. Let's see. I think I got maybe 150. 154. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yay. I'm deleting a couple words as I'm talking to you, of course. Let me know what time would be a good time to host sprints. Normally, I host them around 7 o'clock my time to 9 o'clock my time, which is really late for everyone else who's not in California. You know, that's like 10 to midnight. I prefer writing at those times, but I'm happy writing. I'd rather be writing with you than by myself. So let me know what time is a good time or what time you think I have some things to talk about. What am I doing? Oh, yes. What is it that you're actually working on today? Are you reading? Are you crocheting? Are you knitting? Are you support you in it? Just my brain won't brain today. I think it's is there an 8? No, it's the 9. Okay, so here's the 4. So that gave us 2 plus 6. So 8. We're going to do a 14-minute sprint now. I love using the dice. That makes it so much fun, especially since I'm writing my Donuts and Dragons series right now. And they're playing Dungeons and Dragons right now in the book. So it's pretty fun to roll the dice with them. So 14 minutes. Let me set my timer. And sprint is over. So get ready, get set, right. Beep, beep, beep. I keep seeing that my internet keeps going in and out, which I have no idea why. I kind of understand in the evening when everybody in the neighborhood is around. Router is right here, right here, and it comes on and tells me, "Oh, well, plug in or move closer to your router." I can't get any closer to my router. I would have to be sitting on it. So that's frustrating. Like I and still coming on to tell you. So let's see. How many words did y'all get done? Let's see. I went back and made the bad mistake. It's pretty good. I'm about to write a scene that I'm really excited for, but I'm actually really nervous to write. I am not good, but I'm not that great at comedy, and I'm also not that great at um like I'm not that great at romance without being really sappy. Um which some sap is good, right? But so I'm about to write like the meet cute of a scene for these people in my story, and I'm really nervous about it. I know them both really well as individuals. And so it feels like I'm having two friends of mine meet up for the first time. Worried about all that stuff. Oh, you're working through your chapters, huh? It's all good. Editing. Good. Yeah. I wish I was already editing the story. I love writing. I do, but sometimes the story is so vivid in my head. I already see it so clearly that actually chopping down the words feels like a burden because I already see it playing in my head like a movie. And I want the ending and I want it now. You understand the nerves. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so okay, so let's roll the dice and see. And again, if you happen to be a writer or if you happen to be a crafter or whatever, post your shop if you have a shop that you're crafting down. But like if you're a writer, post your favorite book that you've written down in the comments, and I will make sure to go check it out on Amazon. Let's see. So we rolled 1 plus 4, 5. So the next sprint will be 15 minutes. And then we have one more dice to go. And if we still have time, then we'll go backwards. I'm kind of nervous to get to the 20 because I believe that could actually add up to being almost 90 minutes. And I don't have 90 minutes, but so 50, one little notch. The sprint. Are you ready? Another question I have for you during the sprint is when you write, do you listen to music? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you listen to ambiance? Do you listen to white noise or ambiance or podcasts? Well, sometimes it helps me. Sometimes it helps me write faster to have something going, but then sometimes it's a big distraction and I never know until I've turned it on. When I'm writing my Penny Mystery series, that series has a soundtrack in each book. So if it really helps me to play that soundtrack the entire time because the soundtrack reinforces the clues and it also reinforces some of the themes of the story that I'm writing at that time. So, you ready? Okay, 15 minutes. Ready, set, go. beep, beep, beep. The 15 minutes are up. And a different streaming service than Area. I don't know. It used to be really, really good. It used to be really, really good. And then recently it's gotten to where it's like this a lot of the time if I'm doing a live, where like every fifth word is glitched out, which is not, I don't know. Maybe even do ride-alongs as like a like Zoom meeting or something that I record and put on my channel later. But I don't know about you, but I don't really like watching replays. But I find that the ability to pause it or fast forward it or speed it up takes away from the pressure of writing during the sprint. And that's not always good for me. I work well in sprints, especially if other people are here with me or if I'm writing on somebody else's sprint a video. I do better doing that. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It could just be that my computer is super old and can't keep up. I don't know. I don't know. But it glitches out more when I'm writing. So it's like it can't handle doing two things at one time. So maybe I should start, but like forever. That would be forever. You currently reading in your private life? When you're not writing, are you reading? Are you reading anything in particular? I just finished The Hunger Games, just the first book, not the series. I had never read it before. I read it in like a day and a half. I'm kind of slow when it comes to reading, but then when I have the time, it can go really fast. So it was okay. It wasn't what I expected it to be because it wasn't. I don't know if it had been for so continue in like Hunger Games, and like I said, it was okay. I don't know. It's the kind of book I normally really, really, really like. I like young adult dystopian. I really like that. That's one of my favorite genres when I'm reading by myself. Like I like a series called Anomaly by Krista McGee. It's wonderful. It has 3 books in it and it's wonderful. But I couldn't get past Katniss's bitterness. I understood it. And the more she was in the games, the less bitter she was. But like I don't know. This might be like what they call a hot take. I have no interest in knowing what happens to her from here on out. I am more interested in what happens to Peeta. I am more interested in what happens to Prim. I am more interested in what happens to the side characters than her. So I don't know if I'll go on. Have you read it, SL? What do you think about it? I'm still I'm unsure. I'm unsure. Because I really do like to I don't know if you can still hear me when my computer's glitching on this end, but I like the Anomaly series by Krista McGee, and I like the Time to Die series by Nadine Brandes. Those are both dystopian YA, and I really like them. But I really like the main characters. I really like who they are, and I love watching them grow. But they start out at a point where I can get to know them really well. Like it took me a good 100 pages, and that's more than I normally give a book. If I'm not into a book by 50 pages, I'm back out of it. But it took me a good 100 pages to get into the story. I got the setup. I understood the setup. I understood that life is unfair. I understood that it's really dark and that it's horrible. I got all that. But it just was so focused on that for so long. If that's just me, I don't know if I'm a weirdo for not liking it, like, and reading about it, but it was just not my cup of tea. I've heard that the second book in the series is like everybody's favorite. I don't know. That's what I've heard. So I'm considering maybe going on to the second book to see if it's any better, but I'm not sure. And I just realized I haven't been writing down my word count in the comments. I'm sorry. Because I'm keeping track of it a different way on my computer. But anyway, so I'm Dying for a Slice is the name of it, by Ginger Cole. And it was really good. It's a cozy mystery. It was really good. It takes place in my brain is once I jump books, I forget. I think it takes place in Louisiana, if I'm remembering. I think so. And it's super cute. It's super cute about and I love pie. So pie is up there with donuts for me. So I really liked it. It was really cute. I just got the second one today. Actually, the second one is like I forget what it's called, Blueberry, for free. So if you're looking for a new cozy, I know the second one in that series by Ginger Cole is free today. I got the email. So Ginger Cole, if you happen to stumble upon this and you've made it this long in this glitchy thing, your book is great. I really liked it. And I can't wait to read the second one. So that's probably what I'll read later today is that book. But yeah, so that's life right now. I was really excited to check my sales today. It's really hard not to thing. And I made it. I didn't check it when I said I wasn't going to. And I got to check it today and they were okay. They weren't, phenomenal, but they weren't really bad. So I'm happy and I'm glad. I'll check them again tonight. It is the goal again. So we'll see how that works. We'll see if I can keep that up. But I really do like the accountability check-ins. They get me back to my computer. They get me back to my books and reading. And it's been really fun. I hope you guys are participating in them. I would love to cheer you on. So 6, 8, 14, 1, 19, and then here comes our D12. 19 and 6. So this one is going to be a 25-minute sprint. Yes, Katniss is a cold character in a cold world. I'm reading Ambrose Bison's detective books. Okay. I'm going to write those down because I will forget to go back and look at the comments. I did start reading Your Brain is Not Broken. And I got, do you get a bump during Kindle double points days? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Enlighten me as I'm writing down these. Kindle double points day. If my computer will let me look it up real quick. Some ISBNs covers will with I don't know. I'll look it up. For their books now is going to be different because there's like an AI feature. So like keywords and stuff will be different. The way they work will be different. Covers will put you off. All right, let's start our 25-minute sprint. Are you ready? Get set. What'd you do? Let me know how your edits are going, how your writing is going. I'm trying to figure out where I was when I started this spring. Because it was a long one. I'm trying to get better. I think I got 5. My mic went out. So normally when I sit down and write, I'll write about 1,000 to 1,500 words, and then I'll get up and do life, and then sometimes I'll come back and write another. But recently I've been boorishly slogging out 250 words, which is slow for me and frustrating for me because, like I said, the story is already a movie in my head, and I already know the ending, and I am like, well, I don't know the ending, but I already see the main things I want to see, and pounding out the words a little bit. When I go slow, it's very annoying to me because I want it now. I have now, but that makes me wonder too, like if there was a technology that could take my story from my head and write it for me, would it be any good? Because the way the story plays out in my head jumps so much, it would never be linear. I would still have to come back and fix it and make it all linear because I do not think I don't sit here and go, oh, okay, here's they're eating this donut and then this is going to happen and then this is going to happen. It jumps around. I see like, oh, this is when they're going to meet Reagan. Oh, this is when they're going to meet Cameron. Oh, this is when they're going to meet I can't think Casey. And this is when the mute cute happens and this is what the mute cute looks like. But I don't have it like linear. I know what's going to come next, but I don't imagine it that way. I imagine it in just as if I've just hit the watch a chapter on my DVD player and just randomly selected them. You're doing good on your edits. You're adding words and taking them away. You have to put like, are you working on your code or something different? Yeah. So this, I'm working on my Donuts and Dragons book 2, which, spoiler for everybody, is going to be called Rolled in Revenge. It's fun because it's fun to write because the group of people that this book centers around. What about dictation? Oh, that's a good question. I've tried dictation, but I can't think linearly enough to get it done. I've thought about just dictating scenes as they come up in my head and then using those as like printing them out and then using those scenes as kind of like how people will use index cards when they're plotting. Here's the murder. Here's clue number 3. Here's clue number 4. And I'll just line them all up in a way that makes sense and then fill them in. I've considered doing that. I did dictation once for a penny that I wrote. And I don't think you can tell that, like, I'm worried that you could tell that I did dictation. It was just and felt like as if I had talked. Because I'm worried about losing my voice. Not my voice, but my writing voice. I'm worried about losing that when I'm doing dictation because I'm not that good of a verbal storyteller. like you've been here a long time. My brain just goes and and across. So that's how it works when I'm so you flesh in the bridges yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe I could do that. Maybe I should try that. Um, especially when I'm hitting a point where I'm not able to write as many words as I wish I could. When I was doing the penny chapter that I did, that was in dictation, where was I? I was sitting in the car, I think, waiting for my son to get out of theater rehearsals. And I didn't have any paper with me. And I did have my phone, but I wasn't about my thumbs on my phone. The same issue would apply. So I just plugged in my phone and just started talking at it. And it took about a page to where I stopped talking at it and started telling it a story. And so that's exactly what my problem is I'll talk at the device instead of telling it a story. And so I have to get there. Do you use dictation? Do you like dictation? A haunted road trip. That sounds like much fun. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I hope you let me know when you release it because I am looking forward to reading it. A haunted road trip. That sounds great. Are you good at writing humor? I am horrible at writing humor. I have like the books I'm writing right now are probably my most humorous. Well, I don't know because Stella Michaels from the Massage and Murder Mystery series, she's pretty funny. I like her, but I have a weird sense of humor. I've learned this several times. Like I think in my head that the Penny books are funny, but people tell me they're not. And I'm like, okay. But I think I have a dark sense of humor. So that's a little bit of a downer. So let's do a last minute. I'm gonna put the dice away. Let's do a 10-minute sprint because I'm almost out of time. Let's do a 10-minute sprint just to wrap it all up and close down whatever it is we were working on. I mean, of course you could go on and write more, but I'll be closing down what I'm working on. I'll probably actually finish the chapter I started, which is great, which means I wrote a whole chapter this sprint episode with you guys, which is wonderful. I'm super proud of that if that actually happens. Yeah, because my books are normally 30 chapters, so just 30 more of these and I can get done. No, this is like chapter 7, so I don't have too much more to do. But yeah, so I can't wait to read your book. I'm so excited. I hope you let me know because that sounds like right up my alley. Haunted road trip. Now it makes me want to go on a road trip. You've done that method for dictation, but you're a sloppy writer thinker. It doesn't come out fully formed. I get stuck. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. That's exactly how it feels. Yep. Yep. And when I'm writing it down, it's like when I'm using it's a finger know what I want speaking. I'm speaking so fast that I can't keep up with my yeah. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you yeah. I got a feeling you're good at comedy. I have a feeling. I had a feeling. Oh, okay. On to our next sprint. Let's see. 10 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, go. Beep, beep, beep. The last sprint is over. Oh, and I tallied up everything I wrote today. I did finish a chapter. And I wrote about 1,300 words. So I'm really, really happy with that. I always wish my sister's always ragging on me about it, because whenever I do something decently or well, I always go, well, I wish I could have done more, or I wish I could have done XYZ. And I have a really hard time celebrating the little victories. So today I am going to celebrate that I got 1,300 words done and a whole chapter completed. And I slogged through the meet cute, which I think is good. I might go back and tweak part of it. I'm already thinking I want to add a little bit more tension to it, but hopefully I know what that means. Right? More tension. my note is so only a writer, right? Only a writer would write those kind of notes to themselves. All right. So how'd you do? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish during our rounds? Perfect timing. I've got like 10 minutes left. Did you like writing with the dice? I really liked it. I thought it was a fun way to break it up. Instead of just having a 15 here and a 15 here, you got to kind of play around a little bit. For me, 15-minute sprints are the best. So like the 25-minute sprint, I did see a diminishing return on. Like I got really good results the first 15 minutes, and then my brain wandered away. And it was hard. I really can't wait to read your yeah, so I think that's it. I think that's it for today. I am gonna wrap this up and clean up a little bit, and then go pick up my kid from work. And yeah, that's life for today. And then hopefully I'm gonna start reading the Blueberry, I forget what it's called, Blueberry Cobbler something. Blueberry Cobbler Burglary? Let me look it up, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Looking it up. Of course, everything is going slow. Blueberry Burglary. I was close. Blueberry Burglary by Ginger Cole. It's free as of the moment I'm telling you. If you're watching the replay, I'm not sure. It's probably still not free. It's book 2 in her series, but I can't wait to start reading it. That's what I'm going to be reading this evening. Anyway, thanks for coming to hang out. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay and putting up with all the weird glitches. And hopefully you guys can still hear my words, because my body is frozen on the screen. I have no idea. It actually cut me completely off the internet, like twice, and I don't know why. So I will be looking into another streaming service, or I'll be looking into like a new computer or a new internet provider or something, because this is annoying. It never used to do this. And it's done it every live I've had the past like 4 lives. And it's really, really frustrating. And it doesn't seem to matter what time of day I do it. So I'll have to try something else or mix it up some. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. God bless and stay cozy. Bye.